What a fight in patch into this already. Patch into this already. Patch into this already. Warren, give me two shots over here. Oh, I just gonna look for. Am I on this? Okay, I'm gonna look for. Yep, ready? 1, 2, 3. Come on, it goes into the. Yeah. Another piece of this on the 6. Yeah. Yeah, man. Going off to me. JLP. I want Mikey or you don't go down. Mikey. No, I'm going to say. What's the building? The building. Sure. Sit down. Sit down. Wow. Your hey, I'm pressure up again. Hey, but never assuming. Over. Pressure up again. Never assuming. Good one. I'm on the pitch right now.
I'm to fix it, man. How you doing?
Give thumbs up.
Yeah, man.
Good.
Good. Yeah, man. Where the boss? I respect.
You know, say, Miss Doll. You know, say your family, man.
Yes.
No, an accident.
This man owe me some money, you know.
Make sure you pay this already. Make sure you pay your man.
Yes, man. I mean, I'll expect him to get you.
Very soon. Very soon.
I'll expect him to get you.
Yeah, man. You know.
But Doc, you know what I'm
Last
doing?
time, Mr. Palmer called when he reached home. He said, and I left there, energized him, enthusiastic. He said, man, the energy at our meeting. At our meeting, I don't know what kind of meeting.
What about the first one?
I never did it for you.
Why? We got 2 meetings, man. The first one is not far.
We meet
man.
Man. Shot, man.
This is the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
After Mama gave me.
Hello, sir. This is royalty. You can't trouble too much here. Please.
What's going on, my darling?
No, I am his assistant. You know.
Oh, Jesus. Sir, may I speak to him, please? Oh, dear God.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Sense of energy in ours.
When he called me,
Fuck up, no fix it. Where's some mom? You good?
He said, no.
Yeah, man, me good, man. Give that.
16
If you want a chair.
sterling service.
Yep.
All right.
Oh,
Lisa, you asked for the seven of them.
yeah, man.
And yes, I start.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, man. The energy, positive,
Yes, man.
good, moving into this election campaign with that energy.
Yeah, don't let it burn.
We're not gonna. We are.
Don't let what start and finish.
Not at all. Not at all.
You
Straight.
know, say, Chapa,
Straight to election day.
you tell him,
Yeah, man.
don't let what start last day finish.
No, man, keep the momentum.
Yeah, man. I tell you, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
So how is what's her name?
Like a fire, man.
Is she on board now?
Oh yes, oh yes. 100.
That was a key.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
No,
man.
man, I'm not sure. Mr. Palmer was the problem.
Yeah.
Palmer was the man behind the work. Palmer fearing the fire underground. He was fearing
Mama did well enough.
But it came around.
Just.
when I see flight shaky head, man.
Yeah,
believe.
Flight expect
man. When is the last time, man? Was it
They
last
expect
time?
man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. My brother.
General. My brother.
Go find the seat, man.
Yeah, man.
Somebody have to look, sir. No, man. No, you. It's not work out. It's always been in the thing. It's always on the back. If it don't work out, man, just lock up. I've been about 3 years now, 5 years now. 2019, we have that.
The target is really the constant emphasis, right?
Yeah, man. Can you stop videos with them, you know? Can you video them?
That's what they pay for me and send it back to them.
Chris, what you say?
Taylor.
What you say, man? 30. See you, man.
That's all that. Oh, everything all right.
That's what's linked.
All right.
Now we're on the on them, sir.
Duba. Duba. Watch me step in. Watch me. Look at that jog get up, right? Android phone, you're not getting bigger than that. And what name is this?
No, we are talking.
I'm here this one. The vice here. The vice here. Respect man.
Lola. Lola. Hey,
Just take some shots, man. Some video shots of the people coming outside. See? You don't have to do it live. Just video them. All right, move in.
Yeah.
Dala, ano sa Meli, boss? Ano sa Meli? Last time we check ano sa Meli, no?
No, that can't go.
Long time I have fight why you can't go back without you. Yeah, boss.
You know, so
No, man, me there good to go while now, but me kind of head it down, man. Where's the G? Manas.
yes, sir.
Why
Yes,
you
man.
give me that you know? But
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
because they said all the softball questions to be first. So you prep him. You understand?
You don't need no prepping, man. It's good,
You have
man.
to prep him.
It's good, man. You know my turf in them good. You know my turf in good.
No matter even I don't want to catch them. You want to see
But you
them.
want to catch them because some of them get the people back to catch and let's I drop to the man.
Yeah. And then I got to have Spanish down there.
Eh?
And this man get me here quarter to.
Read it.
Okay, that's boy, you know.
You know, say, yes, there, man. You good?
Yeah,
You good?
yeah, man, gotta give thanks, you know.
All right,
Give
man.
thanks.
You there, man. You there.
Yeah, see, man, we get all of you.
Messages.
But we notice you don't respond to me when we respond.
We just, no,
You know
man.
the time. You know the time.
Read it. Sometimes we wish me that more was.
You know, me understand.
Sometimes we don't. Yeah, man.
I've been preparing for this time. You have walked the hill by the rise. You have gone to the valley. You have gone on the place. You visited the mountain top. You visited the district. You visited the town.
Big boss. All right.
We are together, okay?
Righteous God, eternal Father, we come before you this another time, mighty God. In our hands we bring but simply to the cross we bring. Lord, as we come together this afternoon to do the people's business, Father Lord, I pray that you, mighty God, will continue to rally with us, mighty God. I pray, Lord, that you continue to give us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to work for your people. Mighty God, I pray that you bless this party, bless our Prime Minister and the team. Father God, I put the counselors before you this afternoon. Lord God, you call us, oh God, to send us on the highway and the byways to work for your people. Lord God, you see that our communities, oh God, are underrepresented in some areas. And Lord, this afternoon, I pray that whatever is said and done here today will be opening the way for us to continue to do even greater. Lord God, cover us under your blood, back on every hand for the trust of the enemy, as we look to you for your continued leading in Yeshua HaMashiach. Amen.
Thank you very much. Look at the next counselor. Liberals, it is always good when we come to Montgomery. Mr. Stern, can you hurry up and put on the extra chairs? Because we don't want them to disturb us. We have a full house. And we're going to abide by the rules and regulations of the municipal corporation. We're going to keep the passages open in case there's an emergency. We are not going to crowd them around the exits. We are the Jamaica Labour Party. What a lovely sight in this room. bring our God has been kind to us. And God has given us Jamaica so that we can be in charge of this affair. And as we execute that duty, there comes a time when we must go back to the people to review the mandate. But as we reflect upon our spirit, I can say without fear or favor that this current set of mayors and mayor councillors have been the best in the history of Jamaica. They have worked hard. They have served the people well. They have delivered on their promises. They now will go back to the people to hear from the people. And I am confident that in the 228 million and the million of people will say, when you compare our state of candidates to any other state of candidates, we are no results. The best results. There's no president. We are and therefore, to prove the point, I want to invite a lady who refused to enter this world. She is one of the most beautiful black women in the world. All working Oxa from the Florida. Let's welcome Oxa and
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues, and my Dr. Shah and others today, I stand before you with a heart full of pride and a vision brimming with hope. As we embark on this journey towards the upcoming local government election, it's essential to reflect on our theme, building the youth as your community. This isn't just a slogan, it's the very essence of our commitment as the Jamaica Labour Party. Over the last 7 years, our government has prioritized the delivery of services at the local level. We have made significant investments in improving our fire stations, enhancing disaster preparedness, and streamlining garbage collection. But our focus hasn't just been on infrastructure and services. We have taken concrete steps to protect our most vulnerable citizens, including building houses for the indigent and homelessness, and fostering youth development. These are not mere promises, these are actions, tangible and impactful. Consider our efforts to care for the homeless. In partnership with Food for the Poor, we have built drop-in centers in Hanover and St. Mary, opened additional facilities in Gulffield, Port Maria, and just last year, we spent over $140 million on the Desmond Mackenzie Transitional Center in Houston. Our commitment to housing extends to the indigent. We have ensured that the basic needs of the shelter is met with dignity and pride. These goals are not just structures, they represent a new beginning. not wooden structures. They are modern concrete structures. The safety of all communities are paramount. That's why we have renovated and built new fire stations across the island, from Black River to Another Bay, Morans Bay. The addition of new fire units, emergency vehicles, and ambulances, along with expansion of Jamaica Fire Brigade, underscores our commitment to your safety and well-being. Let's not forget our achievement in clearing the $7 billion Back Street backlog in 2018. That's a testament to our dedication to physical responsibility and community safety. This action, coupled with our initiative to wire houses for electricity, has brightened our streets and the lives of our citizens. Our efforts in disaster preparedness and relief demonstrate our forward-thinking approach, from boosting communication capabilities to undertaking comprehensive drain cleaning. We are actively working to safeguard our island against natural calamities. The heart of our future lies in our youth. Through the Summer Youth Employment Program, we have engaged thousands of young Jamaicans, providing them not only with employment, but also with a sense of purpose and community responsibility. Fellow Jamaicans, our journey is one of continuous progress and unwavering dedication. As the Jamaica Labour Party, we are not just building infrastructure, we are building hope, opportunity, and a brighter future for every Jamaican. We are nurturing a self-sufficient economy and aiming to transform Jamaica into the jewel of the Caribbean. This vision is not just ours, it belongs to each of you here today. As we approach this local government election later on this month, I urge you to join us in this noble mission. Together, let's continue building the youth, your community, and your beloved nation. God bless you all.
We keep reporting. We talk about runs on the board, solid achievement. We don't just talk about what we plan to do, what we going to do. What we are talking about what we have done. And then they're going to hear what we do because Jamaica wants to hear from the Jamaica Labour Party candidates. And we're proud to hear today so that our party, our movement in Jamaica, the rest of Jamaica, can get the message clearly that the Jamaica Labour Party is the only choice. It is the best choice. We are ready for the this city that has the youngest ever taken together. A former of the city, a young man who is A city where dreams come true and modern freedoms are lost. Freedoms such as the re-election of a local Jamaica Labour Party government. The Jamaica Labour Party is the only party in contemporary Jamaica that is politically sound to form a united government that has skill set to manage Jamaica. We the left side and industrial transformation and moral leader, and this party has the quality at all levels. If it is a minister, we have it. If it is a senator, we have it. And if it is a good professor, we have it. Of your communities and for achievement of council advancing here is a testament to our unwavering commitment to prosperity, inclusivity, and the well-being of every individual within our community. We have been investing in you, the people, and building your communities. We have embarked on a transformational journey by leveraging the power of our functions and the prudent allocation of the resources entrusted to us. The figures speak for themselves. Here in St. James, we have expended an impressive $1.8 billion to vital infrastructure work, paving the way for roads and drains, upgrading community and structural complexes, more frequent train cleaning, and upgrading public facilities. This investment enhances our landscape and creating a solid foundation for economic growth and community connectivity. We care for our people. When disaster struck, we did not hesitate for that. $16.8 billion was swiftly deployed for disaster relief, benefiting This provision is essential source of social care. Studying together in times of need, providing recreation in the building process. Our commitment to youth is unwavering. Through the Youth Employment Program, over 1,700 young people were given opportunities for growth and development. And an investment of over 62 million was made in their potential. These are not just numbers. The investment indicates empowerment and hope for a brighter future. We champion a society that cares for its most vulnerable people. A staggering $6 million has been directed towards aiding 291 children and 144 adults in the communities. Whether assisting with school fees, rent or education, or social welfare initiatives, serve a lifeline for young people, embodying the true spirit of compassion and solidarity. Education is a bedrock of our thriving society. We have allocated $59.6 million towards our back-to-school program, ensuring that close to 10,000 students receive the support they deserve through school fees and book vouchers. Every child deserves the opportunity to learn and grow. We are committed to making this a reality for every child in St. James. The growth of our communities is not just about breaking the water, it's also about governance and a livelihood city left. Through more rigorous building and subdivision approval process, a commendable $54.5 billion was approved. With residential approval representing 57% of this value. This efficiency means that we are fostering a conducive environment for businesses to thrive and ensuring that families are safe and comfortable homes. Furthermore, our local economic development initiatives have reached approximately 1,200 individuals in the last 3 years, providing business grants amounting to $32 million. Small entrepreneurs are the bedrock of our economy, and we must support and uplift them as they construct the tapestry of our local economy. For every effort, investment, and every initiative undertaken has been rooted in one simple principle: the well-being of our community. It's not just about the numbers of the council's balance sheet, it's about the lives we touch, the futures we shape, as we continue to build for you and your communities. This government understands that governance is not about us, it's about you.
Kirk.
Share commitment to prosperity, unity, and compassion. Let us continue to work hand in hand, transcending progress and division for the betterment of every citizen. recognize full St. James team. Let us recognize the hardest working and the best minister of tourism in the entire world, Edmund Bartlett. Let us acknowledge Mr. Homer Davis, Member of Parliament for Southern. Mrs. Marlene Malawu Fourth, Minister. And Mr. Heroy Clark, Deputy Speaker and former Councillor. And of course, we have to acknowledge the President of the Republic of Dr. Horace Chang and our we're feeling good today. I am feeling good today. So therefore, I would like to introduce the Deputy General. My Deputy Mayor when I was Mayor. Today he is my worshipful Mayor. The councillor for the Richmond Division in the greatest parish in Jamaica, St. Mary. His worship the Mayor, Councillor Richard Cray.
You will call again. Prosperity we say. We will come again.
Party chairman, and after that introduction, I know I can't let you down because you were my teacher and you still are. Honorable Prime Minister and his my Minister Desmond McKenzie, Dr. Chang, the deputy leaders, all members of Parliament, and today is the day for the local government representatives. Let me say big up to all councillors and councillors here present. In 2016, when we took charge of government and local government, our Prime Minister, in his wisdom, selected one Desmond Augustus as our minister. And since then, working closely with the Prime Minister, there have been a lot of achievements. Most of them have been mentioned by previous speakers, but I just want on a few of them. Minister McKenzie introduced some new programs for councillors that we have never seen before. For example, councillors were able to give out book vouchers, as was mentioned by my colleague. This never before. Councillors in the past used to have to beg the MP for a few. Now each councillor every year gets a sum of $500,000 to give out book vouchers. Prior to Desmond becoming minister, we had a minister by the name of R. Scott. In 2015, he gave to each councillor a mere $50,000 for Christmas. Can vouch to the fact that last Christmas we received $1.2 million. That shows the difference between them and us. The Jamaican, our theme going forward in this election is building for you and your communities. This is something we have been doing over the last 8 years and something we plan to continue to do. When I entered politics, we in St. Mary had this gentleman, our party chief, our only representative. And in 2003, we won 8 of the 13 divisions. And I want to mention because as political representatives going into the field, you have all the achievements of the Jamaica Labour Party behind you. Nobody should be shy to go and knock on a door. With the numerous local government achievements, numerous central government achievements, we must all go and knock on every door. Not only those of the Labour Party and those who support the Labour Party, knock on every door. In 2000, Mary, we kept no meetings. We went and we did house to house. There is no such thing as a division that cannot be won. And some of our MPs, the 49 MPs, have proven that there is no constituency that cannot be won. So I urge my colleagues, with all these items, go out there and do the work. I was trying to remember before I came up here who was the opposition spokesperson in our government. And we had difficulty trying to remember because they have played musical chairs over the last year. But whoever that person is irrelevant. And I want to take this opportunity to ask Jamaica today and to ask you, the audience, you, the Labourites, would you replace a Desmond McKenzie with a Natalie Nita Garvey? I think the answer is overwhelming. So we must continue on this journey. The PNP has said they will be taking a number of councils. We know say not no go so. But it can only be done by the work of you, the caretakers, by going out there and selling the Jamaica Labour Party and telling what we will be doing after we win. If you notice, the other side have come up with no plans. They have not told the people of Jamaica what they will do. They are running a campaign of deception and lies. And I ask of you when you go out there to tell the public, as I said, about our achievements. The PNP has no achievements and no plans that are to come. We have achievements and we have plans. One of the plans I want to focus on today is that of the Spark program, a program that will be implemented as of April. We have no need as councillors and caretakers to go and make promises, but we can make commitments as our leader, the builder, Andrew Holness, has said. This Spark program is a historic one, and councillors and members of parliament will be able to participate in this program. So when you go out there, be confident. It is the first time as a councillor. I've been a councillor for 21 years. It is the first time I can go out there confidently that there is a road program to come that will take care of community roads. Never before in the history of Jamaica could we have done that. In the last 8 years, we have got more money from central government than we have ever gotten before. Over $100 million was given to our ministry just for roads. It was mentioned about the street light bill being paid. We got care packages coming from central government. There is so many things that we have done that all we need to go out there and communicate it to the people. We are confident that we will win this election. Confident, as I have said, we now have 10 divisions in St. Mary. I am confident we are winning 12 out of 13. I want to return to the PNP the favor that they granted Bobby Montague when he was the only councillor, only representative of the Jamaica Labour Party in St. Mary between 1998 and 2003. we will win 12 of the 13 divisions in St. Mary. And I know we will be confident, I am confident that we will be winning the majority of the corporations. We can't do it and talk alone. I beg of you, go out there, do the work, do the house to house, visit every house, and tell them of the good work of Andrew Holness and this Jamaica Labour Party and the good work that is to come. Show labor rights.
What I mean sound good? It sound like him want to go back. Labor rights. We are blessed with some of the best officers in a political party. Let me acknowledge the deputy leader for Era Council 1, Desmond McKenzie. Let us acknowledge the deputy leader for Area Council 2, James Robertson. Let me acknowledge the deputy leader for Area Council 3, Mikey Stern. Let me acknowledge the deputy leader for Area Council 4, the big man himself, J.C. Hutchinson. And I must acknowledge the man that all of us is going to love in a few more days, the treasurer of the Jamaica Labour Party, Orbin Hill. Let me acknowledge all the officers in the various area councils, our constituency secretaries, and of course, all our supporters and management team. Let us acknowledge the people who helped to pull this meeting together, the administrative staff at Belmont Road and the Western Jamaica Labour Party office. We are one big family. Gathered here, and let us acknowledge the driving forces behind the policies of the government, the members of the cabinet of Jamaica who are here with us today. Let us acknowledge all our hard-working members of parliament that are here, and let us recognize our takers, and let us big up, because a little birdie tell me that after today, everybody going to name candidate. There will be no more councillor, no more councillor caretaker. It will be candidates. And then after a certain time, everybody in here who name go on a ballot, go and name councillor. But if you think we don't have no debt, let me acknowledge all the hard-working Senate of the government, and they are members of the Jamaica Labour Party. There is a man who is well known, many times misunderstood. He is my mentor. He calls me quietly at night, sometime at the first crack of dawn. He doesn't speak loud. Sometimes he mumbles. But his wisdom that he imparts, when I lost my election in 2011, he spoke to me the same night. He guided me through, and he gave me valuable insights, and he has guided me up to today. He said, when you're introducing me, don't give no long speech. Just say, Dr. Horace Chang, President of the Republic of Montego Bay.
Let me acknowledge the greatest chairman of the political party, any political party. The only chairman, Bobby Montague. Our party leader and Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, deputy leaders, officers of the Jamaica Labour Party, councillor, candidates, for the Labour Party family shower. This morning, we're not here to take too much of your time, but I'd like to do two things only. One, I speak a few minutes, remind us of our roots as a party. As we're going to a campaign, many young people here, a young mayor from Montego Bay, deputy mayor, and others in the audience, I think we need to reaffirm the Labour Party roots in the people of this country. And to then give you a few words to go out there and win the election. Because this General Secretary don't lose nothing. We're going out to win, and win them all. Especially when we have sitting in the leadership, Andrew Michael Honis. Come here to win. But it's a good time as you go campaigning. A lot of noise on the street. A lot of talk about who did what and what can should be done. But remember, it was Sir Alexander Bustamante, the cane field, the banana fields, the waterfront, the mental hospital where there was up 3,000 workers and organize poor people to give them a seat at the table. It was the Labour Party, the liquor man, a voice in the running of the country. At all levels, as I said, Buster take the cane piece worker put in the boardroom beside the white man. So they felt they were part of this country and they had a claim to have a voice in running the country. Local government is about giving communities, building them and giving them a chance to run their communities. And as we look at the history of the country, it was the Labour Party that, in that effort, led us to the first government, first Jamaican government of the country, as we won the first adult suffrage in 1994. Sometimes they laugh and say one the candidate is a bus, is a ugly man, Norman Manley. But it does tell you our party embodies everybody. We're a part, big family, a big tent. We want every Jamaican inside here because when we work, this is all Jamaicans and every community in Jamaica. When we were going to independence, it was the Labour Party that led us into independence when others want to go elsewhere and made us identify as a nation, Jamaicans. And where we go today, brand Jamaica stands bright, and tourism will tell you that, because Jamaicans are recognized worldwide as outstanding people. Labour Party restored and gave us our national identity. And when the problems came again, they turned to the Labour Party to rescue us from extreme politics. But again, the economy almost collapsed. FINSA, thousands of black entrepreneurs lost their business. The economy, not I said it collapsed, went weak, but it was thousands of our humble people, hard-working Jamaicans of all color, but in fact, we are African descent. They were beginning to take on entrepreneurial activity across the country. Humble Jamaicans became owners of bakeries, supermarkets, small food processing business, and with FinSac, their business disappeared. Some companies suicide. Our party came back, and we started the restoration and the rebuilding of the country. And today, that's the theme of this Prime Minister, to build Jamaica, build our people, build one community at a time to make us stronger and more prosperous. Hence the theme for peace, prosperity for all Jamaicans. That's the mission we have, and it's the mission that every single Jamaica Labour Party leader should be carrying out there. So that the councillors, that's the job you go out there with. Nobody has done more in the time of government, no other government, in any 8-year period, has done what this government has done under this Prime Minister, Andrew Michael Honis. Understand too, yes, it's in 2016 government, 7 years going into 8, but during that time, already somebody had this pandemic, a pandemic, the first in 100 years, a worldwide disease that damaged the entire economy of the world. Had Jamaica COVID in 2 years, destroyed, damaged our economy. We lost some out of every dollar you earn, $100 you earn, you lose $12. You, as a humble person, as a worker anyway, if you lose that out of the economy, your income, you feel it hard. But this government, led by this Prime Minister, took us through COVID-19 like they were in normal times. And don't forget, the mayors outlined all that the Minister of Local have done for local authorities. Of course, we haven't fixed everything. We couldn't do it all in one round. We suffered 22 years, 18 continuous of PNP mismanagement. But the message from that is that our workers, the Labour Party workers, the Labour Party people behind you, they're the team you have organized, showed resilience for 22 years and the PNP. Yeah, this is our government, it's your government, to your divisions, mobilize your workers, they have the strength, they have the commitment, they will win this election for you. It's that family, it's a team, you're the leaders, but our workers have demonstrated, and I've made the opposite, but I've said it before, the workers up here are the best political workers anywhere in the world, in this Western Hemisphere. They stood up to the 20 years of pain, the 22 years of suffering, bring us back to government. They're not going to let it go anytime, at any level. Go out into your community, organize, pull them together, they'll do it. You have to lead. Here in Western Jamaica, in Montego Bay, when I got here, at council level, well, Eroy and our friend from the BITU, the council was empty in there. When they went to Rose Heights, they warned me, Dr. Chang, you shouldn't really walk on Rose Heights alone, you know. That was the message we got. Canterbury, no, the bastion and seat for our deputy mayor, young Richard Vernon, it's the same message. Montego Bay. In fact, in one case in Norwood, where we have no councillor Cummings over there, I was told again, some of my labourers said, Dr. Chang, you can't go, I take you anywhere, no, but I'm not going now, do you? Not going there. Today, I know what you refer to Centre Sinclair in Flanker. Where today we dominate St. James, starting from that base, and we intend to take them all on this occasion. We have a team, have new members coming into Northwest St. James, 2, but it doesn't make any difference. The same team, we go team ready to take on the PNP and knock them out of St. James. And we're going in round 1. We're not having a dispute, any talk in St. James though, but we're going to have some of around us. We're extending our reach beyond the borders. But the lesser I want to ask of you, besides understand roots is in the small, humble people of Jamaica, where our mission is to continue to build opportunities for poor people. Time is too short to complete a job. We need more time. I said to the country, we need that time. This Prime Minister took on at a fairly youthful age, has the strength, but has also acquired the wisdom and the intellect to carry this country forward to prosperity. He's going to build it, work with it. I have a responsibility as part of it. We are working as a team to restore, to build productivity and bring prosperity to all the people. Get into your district, carry that message to every single house. Whatever it looks like, if you can walk that district, you can win the district. And there are no district Labour Party can walk in. We'll be out there with you from this level. I'll be visiting some of the seats. I know I cannot visit all. As fast as we can. The leaders there and all the officers of the Labour Party to work with the councillors. But in your own constituency, come together. Chairman of constituency, chairman of divisions, pull your team together, do the work. We will win this election and take all the parishes. Ajabana and me. God bless you. Thank you, Labour Rights. Show our Labour Rights. Show up the victory of the Labour Party. The leadership of our God. Dr.
most successful general secretary in the 80-year history of the Jamaica Labour Party. Dr. Chang and the Secretariat have been commenting, and they have now committed that in the 200 council divisions, whenever that day is done, the Jamaica Labour Party will have a representative representing 228 divisions. Do you believe that? Do you believe that? Do you believe that? Well, I want you acknowledge the hard-working mayors in our parishes that represent the Labour Party. Mayors, can you stand? All the mayors, please stand up. And let us show some love and appreciation to the mayors who represent the Labour Party in the various municipal corporations. Thank you. Can I ask the minority leaders in the other parishes to stand and be acknowledged for the work that you have done over the last couple of years? Thank you. Can I ask all councillors who of the Labour Party has carried the flag throughout the length and breadth of Jamaica, stand and be acknowledged? Thank you. Then I know we'll have to ask that all candidates of the Jamaica Labour Party in the upcoming local government election to turn up on us, put up your finger in the air. Prosperity we say, prosperity come on, Jamaica. Thank you. He is the former councillor for the Downtown Division. The former councillor for the Tivoli Gardens Division. The chairman of the World Council of Mayors. The mayor of Kingston and St. Andrew. His government is not being the deputy leader of the Labour Party. His greatest achievement is his Marcia husband. Let us welcome the deputy leader and minister of local government, Mr. Desmond McKenzie. Thank you. Thank you, Party Chairman Bobby Montague. Most Honorable Prime Minister and Party Leader, the Honorable Andrew Holness, and Mistress Holness, the band for the charming couple. Party General Secretary, Deputy Leaders of the Jamaica Labour Party, Senators, Members of Parliament, supporters and friends of this great and noble institution, Jamaica Labour Party. I greet you today representing our councillors and councillor caretakers across Jamaica. The time has come
The time has come for our citizens to choose the next set of councillors to represent them at the local level. As a party and administration, we are facing the people of Jamaica as public servants with humility, knowing that the power to choose their local representatives is vested in them. We of the Jamaica Labour Party is confident that the majority of Jamaicans will continue to believe in the policies and the programs of this great Jamaica Labour Party. We in the Jamaica Labour Party by far have the strongest record of performance and service to the Jamaican people in 76 years. In 1947, when the first local government elections under universal adult suffrage was contested, from that time until now, our promise to the people of Jamaica is that we are building for you and your community better representation under the banner of the Jamaica Labour Party. Under this administration, led by the builder himself, Prime Minister and Party Leader Andrew Holness, local government has been treated as a priority of public policies by this administration. We have been receiving dented support. That is why the Jamaica Labour Party councillors and administrators have presided over one of the greatest transformations ever seen in this country in the history of local government. Nobody can question the competence of this Andrew Holness-led government in executing policies and programs using local government as that vehicle of expression. You have many programs that has been initiated by this administration. Ladies and gentlemen, labor rights. This government of Andrew Holness and the councillors have worked hard to restore decency, pride, respectability to local government. When they were there recognize local government. Every time they speak, they're speaking a negative way about local government. Since 2016, we have implemented training programs to create more professional and seasoned representatives for the people. We have introduced programs. When I became in 1977, I didn't know what it was at that time to get certain benefits under a Andrew Holness-led administration. We have provided for councillors to open offices, employ administrative assistants, something that never existed before. Councillors the responsibility of providing assistance for persons in their divisions right across the political spectrum. Back to school, funeral grant, building grant. Government cares about local government. Andrew Holness government is a caring government. And I want the country to understand that this administration, when we provide resources, every councillor, regardless of your political persuasion, is treated in the same way. We don't play politics in local government. We are helping to change the face of Jamaica using local government as a vehicle of expression. Prime Minister, there are those who speak about their growing love for the poor. Let us ask them, during the period that they were there, to name one initiative that they did for the poor and the destitute of this country. They can't name one, but I can tell you about one that stands out. Right across Jamaica, we have seen an increase in persons living on the streets, not just in our capital towns, but right across Jamaica. What has been the response of the government of Prime Minister Andrew Holness to the homeless population? We have built drop-in centers. We have built shelters. Right across Jamaica, we provide on a daily basis for all the persons living on the streets of this country. But those who profess that they love the poor, outstanding achievement that they can talk about was in 1999 here in Montego Bay, when there was an international conference taking place. What they did, they get dumper truck, scrape up over 30 out of them and carry them and dump them in a mud lake in St. Elizabeth. We move them place of safety, treat them with love, respect, and dignity. That is what a caring government is all about. We have young people who have demonstrated the capacity to love politics. We introduced in Jamaica for the first time, never before in the history of local government, the Prime Minister to come to JC, and we launched then the Youth Summer Employment Program. And colleagues, let me tell you this. This program has become the largest youth employment program in the Caribbean. More than 50,000 young people have gained benefit and over 300 of them have gained permanent employment across various municipalities in Jamaica. A first in local government, Andrew Holness government. Ladies and gentlemen, it is of interest to note the National Solid Waste Management Authority says that we have not accomplished all that we want in terms of garbage collection. But the country must know that during the period before 2016, no investment was made in the National Solid Waste Management Authority. They hardly have trucks. But if you want to talk about one thing that they have stamped their class on is fires. During their period, we had more than 60 fires across landfills in Jamaica. They spent $150 million outing fires. You know how many trucks that money could buy during that period? And since we have come into office, we have put in the necessary systems to ensure, minimize the effects of fires on the country. We're not there yet. We're expecting 50 more trucks to come. And I want to urge councillors, urge Jamaicans to let us take a different approach to how we dispose of our garbage. We, as residents, must play our part in helping to achieve that success. It can be done. There's going to be a new program that will take us to every nook and cranny of this country to speak to Jamaicans about the importance of working with us to make our country cleaner and better. With Jamaica Fire Brigade, Prime Minister, I wonder if you know that during their period of stewardship, they spent $600 million. Never say billion. $650 million on the Jamaica Fire Brigade island-wide. In our first 2 years in government, Prime Minister, your administration spent $1.4 billion in our first 2 years. And since that time, we have invested over $4 billion in the Jamaica Fire Brigade Never in the history of that organization that is over 150 years old that they have benefited from a caring and understanding government, Mr. Andrew Holness. We have seen where Staten have reported 5.8% of Jamaicans don't need a prime minister. The policies of your administration has taken care of that. But I want to tell you that local government has played a critical role in the productivity of the country. The locals since 2016, and I'm not saying that all is where we want it to be in terms of the approval processes, but we have seen significant improvement over the last 8 years. And because of the measures that we have put in, strengthening the capacity of the local authorities, that is why productivity, peace, and prosperity is on the upward movement, because the local authority contributed in terms of building the process $1.6 trillion to the Jamaican economy under the leadership of Prime Minister Andrew Holness. Never before. And all these policies, colleagues, have been able for us to build a better country. I am not here today to tell you that we have accomplished all that we want, but I am confident that they cannot go on any platform, on any debating stage, and challenge the performance of the Jamaican Party when it comes on to local government elections. And so, colleagues, as we prepare ourselves for the day, I want to echo the sentiments of the party secretary that we must go into the elections as a proud party. We don't need to go into the gutter with them. We don't need to be low. We have to go high, because we have enough. It is an election about our performance. And I am confident that we will achieve that objective. In the hands of the Jamaica Labour Party, you are safe with local government. We have easily the best modern day prime minister in the English speaking Caribbean. We have a leader that has demonstrated the capacity, the understanding to make and to take the right decisions. We do have a leader that is not sure. I know where I am going. All of us in this room knows where we are going. Welcome.
Something good gonna happen in this year, and I am grateful that I made it. Yesterday's gone and it's here, and I am grateful. blessings gonna find me here. Oh, yeah.
Jamaicans, both here and abroad, officers, delegates, senators, ministers, members of parliament, MP caretakers, and the foundation of the rebel arm of the Jamaica Labour Party, our councillors and councillors caretaker. You give me great pride as I stand from my vantage point, the Jamaica Labour Party. First of all, you look beautiful. You look organized. You look purposeful. You look ready. Today, whilst I am down on the deck, I am not the main speaker. The Minister of Local Government has ceded some of his time to me to make a brief presentation in my style. There are some points that I want to quickly go through. First of all, we would have had this election long ago, not been for a global pandemic, an event that is a 100-year event. No other government in Jamaica has had to treat with such a global pandemic. And we very well. To the point where Jamaica seems to forget that we have had a pandemic. And so there is quite a bit of conversation going on without the context that we kept Jamaica safe, but more than that, to make us stronger than before the pandemic. In this business, nobody is going to give government credit. Explain to the people, it is an eternal obligation for government to explain to the people the backdrop and the context of the challenges, the plans and programs and policies to overcome, and success that we have managed to achieve and that which will come in the future. We can't be shy about it. Our light cannot be under a bushel. All of you in here are candles Labour Party. You represent the light of the Jamaica Labour Party, and you must shine in every corner of Jamaica. There has never been a government of Jamaica that had many achievements to go and face the people with. You are well armed to go and face the people of Jamaica for any election. You represent a government that with great challenges we have achieved. We don't need to go to the people with deception. And I tell you this, I gave last year an instruction to the Jamaica Labour Party communication arm that we must reform and revise our communications policy to take out of it false and deceptive information. You will not find the Jamaica Labour Party promoting, circulating, distributing false, degrading, nasty lies about people, programs, policies, or anything. We do not do that. And there are many members of the Jamaica Labour Party that I have had to personally call up. We don't need to do that. When they go low, we go. We must communicate to the people the facts. And in this world of social media, where grievance politics and negativity sells, we have to work even harder to make sure that our story is in the forefront of the minds of the voters. So you face a difficult task, but you have to be constant. You have to be persistent, and you have to be consistent, giving the people the facts. As you prepare to face an election, it is important that you understand that you are part of a bigger picture. A pixel in a beautiful tapestry that is going to be created for Jamaica. You are an important part of it. And there is a mission that the entire organization is geared towards. And you need to understand that mission so that you can properly articulate. When we started on this journey, and I assumed the leadership of the Jamaica Labour Party, I had to go and do some deep soul searching. Why did I want to become the leader of a country? Why would I dedicate my life to this? And I had to properly define it. Born in Spanish Town. And I like to tell the story because I don't tell it enough. And there are people who are trying to tell my story, trying to define me. And I listen, I see all the lies they publish, all the falsehood and false narratives they carry. I don't always respond because I don't go through third parties. I talk directly to the people of Jamaica. When the people of Jamaica see me and hear me and feel me, they know I am real. I am from them. I am like them. I went through their struggles. I understand their struggles, and I'm true to them. I am your child, I am your son, I am your brother, I am your uncle, and now I could be your father. You are my family. So as I was shaped mentally, politically, by the experience of the 19 growing up on Cumberland Road in Spanish Town and then moving to Ensom City and witnessing and seeing political violence up front firsthand, like thousands of Jamaicans having to walk to school because money to give you to take taxi, to come home and wash that uniform and iron it the next day. I know what it is not to have lunch money, but nobody in the world would ever know, because even though I was poor as proud, so when I say I love the poor, but I hate poverty, you understand what I mean. So after I have done my soul searching about what I need to do for my country, what was the mission? The mission was to move Jamaicans from poor thinking, poor life, move Jamaicans from poverty to prosperity. It's not just my belief. One DJ said it eloquently than I could say it. Every ghetto youth is a star. And I want every ghetto youth to realize that dream. Not prosperity for some tapanaris, not prosperity for some big shot, not prosperity for a few, but prosperity must be shared all Jamaicans. Prosperity was the mission, to move Jamaicans from poverty to prosperity in a fair and equitable shared prosperity. Now, we recognize that to do that, we couldn't do it by ourselves. This room, though important and representing a significant part of the political capital of the country, couldn't do it. And therefore, it was important that this message also be accompanied by another message: partnership. So as we reflected on our message as a political organization, we moved from poverty to prosperity to partnership for prosperity. That was 2016. You see that you are an important part of a movement. You are journeymen in this struggle to make Jamaica better. and ship for prosperity. There are some elements that we have to deal with. In my 2013 or 2012, I believe it was, conference address, I said that the Jamaica Labour Party end absolute poverty in Jamaica. It sounds like a lofty dream, but you know me. I've always been ambitious. If you know my story, I shouldn't be standing here. But for the grace of God, so I have to believe that we can end absolute poverty in Jamaica. And with that mission, and now having the political machinery to guide towards that mission, and seeking to build partnership with the church, with the business communities, with the NGOs, we could come up with a plan. You ever wonder why we established the HOPE program? You ever wonder why it is that this administration has focused so directly on houses for those persons who live in substandard housing conditions? We estimate that there are about 6,000 of them in Jamaica, live in the worst condition. That is what you would describe as absolute poverty. When you see me go around every week almost, ensuring that a deserving family moves out of cardboard and rotted zinc into a proper structure that lifts your dignity. House by house, we are moving Jamaicans out of absolute poverty. But we call the program HOPE because there is a mentality riveted in by virtue of the period of the 70s, that somehow everything can be free and immediate. What people need in order to maintain faith in a system is hope. And I'm sure that every Jamaican who is in need of a social house, an indigent house, sees a program that is established, properly funded, and well run. You don't hear anything about it. You used to hear about Operation Pride, which should really have been called Operation Disgrace. So they know that we are coming, we are working, we are building, we are doing it. When I said to Minister Charles, listen, when I go around, people complain bitterly about the PATH program. That should be the flagship program for ensuring that we lift people out of. I'm happy to see that Minister Charles has now started the consultations for the reform of the PATH program to ensure that the true beneficiaries who are out there who are not on that program will get on the program. I wondered why it is that we introduced something called the social pension, where persons, I believe it is 75 and above, who are not contributing a little money. That is to ensure that our elders are not caught in absolute poverty. You ever wonder why it is double the minimum wage? But the most important thing that we have done, the most important thing, and we do it, is in our DNA. It is what makes us who we are. We have a Christian ethic that drives our political philosophy. And it says, by the sweat of our brow, we shall eat bread. That's who we are. It's a very powerful ethic. That is what makes us proud, even if we're poor. And that is what makes us strong and believe in independence. Because we believe that we can convert our labor into value. We can use to create wealth. That's what we believe. And so the greatest program, the greatest result of this government is to get our people employed. Starting a few days ago, released another record-breaking unemployment number, 4.2%. In my lifetime growing up, I have become used to double-digit unemployment. That anyone can undervalue and diminish. And it is something that this party must say over and over and over and over again. More people are employed in Jamaica now than any time before in the history. We have other challenges coming because of this full employment. I have avoided using the term full employment because, there are people who really, it's a slightest take the conversation with foolishness. And then it takes my time now to have to go and respond when I have other things to do. But really, we are at that technically in full employment. No doubt, the youngsters there that we need to bring in, there may be persons there we need to reskill and bring in, and we have started to put programs in place. We have been anticipating that to bring them in to the system so that we can get the benefit of their labor, the growth of the economy. But bear this in mind. When you put someone in a job, that is the most effective way of ending absolute poverty. It will not happen overnight, but if you allow it to continue, if the electorate is discerning of what we are doing and understand what we are doing and say to it and don't get diverted as they were diverted in the 70s. We could have been like Singapore, but we wandered off into fancy and rhetoric. Singapore now has a GDP that is higher than most developed countries. country that was colonized. They're not better than we. They may have made better choices than we have. Make a long runway, and we need to stick to that runway to make sure that the benefits of the policies that are in place can be realized. So, when we faced the electorate in 2020, the high-level message was still there. Partnership for prosperity. But you couldn't face the electorate with ending the pandemic. And therefore, the message then was recovering stronger. That was the message, recovering stronger. The message that people understood. Change the message close to the end of the campaign to just stronger. Because the truth is, and it continues to be, that this government, this Jamaica Labour Party government, this Andrew Holness-led government is stronger than any other government that has been in Jamaica. Then we moved as the stronger recovery for all to see. But as a result of the pandemic, we had a fallout in the global supply chain, which precipitated massive inflation. Then we had a war in Europe. I mean, can you imagine one government in a small country just recovering from an economic crisis, having to deal with all of these things? But we dealt with it. Because pound for pound, man for man, when Labour Party's cabinet for the government, it is far superior than anything else that is out there. And that is not just talk, that's substance of what has been delivered, which cannot be questioned. Go through with it. Reduction in debt. Then how many quarters of consecutive growth that we have had. The reviews of the international rating agencies. The people who know about economics, what they say about what Jamaica has done. But there you go. The essence of it all is that we are able to run the economy for 8 years without saying to you, the consumer, pay more tax. Some people forget what it was like between 2013 and 2015. But we must remind them when they open their mouth and talk all kind of nonsense. Now, there are some challenges. Everyone here in local government, when you go out into the field, you are going to be, I'm certain, accosted about roads. And the way in which the conversation about roads is carried. I mean, sometimes I have to shake my head because it is carried without context. And I'm just going through, I downloaded some articles about protests for roads. And I found a few of them interesting. I want to share one or two of them with you. This one is April 29, 2013. Who was in power then? It says St. Mary residents protest against bad roads, lack of water. Who was the MP for St. Mary Western? It says Gail St. Mary residents of Mile Gully, Georgetown and Jacksontown in this parish yesterday blocked the Dresiki main road in protest over what they said are very poor road conditions and lack of water in their communities. This is 20. The residents used a large tree to block the road, disrupting the traffic flow for hours before it was cleared by the NWA. The member of parliament, which I won't name, for Western St. Mary at that time, in which the communities are located, said has since requested an estimate for work to be done on the road from the NWA parish manager, which he will present to the Ministry of Transport and Works. He said the estimate was expected to be completed the next day. But while promising that he would do all he can to address the problem, here's what he said. The roads had not undergone major work since the mid-1980s. I raise this because the context within which conversation is going on about roads and the protests is as if this just happened yesterday. I toured Hanover before, a lady, a returning resident. She saw me in the market and she made sure in the strongest terms to register her disgust of not having water in Chesduck, a lovely community in Hanover. And I checked it out, and Chesduck has not had water for a long time. And there are many communities like that. I did point out the number of other communities that we are bringing water to, including a massive pipeline reeling in passing Berlin at High School, several other major developments for water in the area. In other words, what the government can do in 1 year of budget pales in comparison to what has not been done for decades of neglect. But the frustration of the people is palpable, it's real. When you get up and you don't have water, you don't care about that context. You just want your water. No! You want the water now. Councillors and councillor caretakers, MPs and MP caretakers, and people who represent, you have to appreciate the emotion of the problem first. So you have to agree, commiserate with them, but you would not have helped the situation if you did to the contextual understanding of the problem. Because if you allow them just to vote on emotion, they will vote in a random way. And that is always a threat to democracy, minimization of voting choice. To get over this randomization of voting, you have to have consistent and constant information flow about your plans, your successes, your achievement to do to address the problem. And you must be respectful of the voters' feelings. So I give you another one. And I just wanted to do this because, you know, just listening to the conversation sometimes, it's duty is more than just seeking political office. My duty is to make sure that we elevate the political conversation. So I give you another one, which I found quite interesting. And listen to this one. It's taking a little time to load, but here it is. And Mrs. Holness would probably know about this one. 11 miles residents protest dust nuisance bad road. When was this? No, when? Anybody can guess when this was? This was the 22nd of July, 2014. A special day for me, my birthday. You would have thought that it was last year or the year before when we started the South Coast Road. Yep. Angry residents of 11 miles in Bull Bay, St. Andrew, yesterday took to the streets to protest the deplorable road conditions and long-standing dust nuisance that have been affecting their health. You see what the context and what you hear and what they put on social media? It's as if this just happened yesterday. This has been going on from 2014. But what is the difference? It's not just sufficient for me to come here and say, well, this has been going on. So therefore, what's the difference? Well, let me tell you what's the difference. The government that you have elected takes responsibility. In 2013 and 2014, they said they were going to do something about it. But which government has actually done something about it? We park program that Chairman Montague, the member of parliament now for the era, he was the member of parliament then, will now have those residents, instead of they can now participate in a new model of how public resources can be allocated, especially in these critical priorities of roads, to determine how the first tranche of $150 million to his constituency will be spent. And it is highly likely that that road, what's it called? Mile Gully. That road will be included on his priority list. If it is not done, the member of parliament has come to the Minister of Economic Growth and Job Creation, under which the portfolio of works is located. And he is likely to make special representation. But that road is going to be fixed. Amen. Jason. And I say the council for the area, who was quoted in the article as well, that Jason James, that road will be fixed. Now, so the residents at 11 miles were complaining about dust in 2014. When you look at that beautiful now built the South Coast Road Improvement Project, the people there in 11 miles and all of that stretch, they are seeing the benefits of a government that takes responsibility and acts. So the difference is that in times gone by, you were struggling without hope, without real prospects of change happening. And why was this? The economy was floundering. No, because you made a good choice to put a good team in to properly manage the economy without being a burden on you, but bringing more resources, we are now able to put in term programs to address these long-standing problems. Why disrupt that? Why? You have first, this is the largest ever allocation to repair roads. The largest ever. And getting here because I do have a budget speech to make. But I want to share with you one other thing, because again, the conversation needs to be put into context. And I'll share this one with you. So this one is about health. And I see Minister Tufton here, and you will be very interested in it. Hear this one now. Head of the School of Public Health and Health Technology at UTech, Professor Winston, says the bed situation and the bed capacity in the 4 major government hospitals in Western Jamaica is now assuming crisis proportions. You know when this was said? This on 29/2013. And he went on to, he said something that I found very interesting about the population increase by 40% 74 to now, and services have not kept pace with these demands. He spoke about the Cornwall Regional Hospital, that at that time he said was built 40 years ago. The hospital has a bed complement of 417, and the rate of occupancy is 91%. In other words, it is a facility that is the main hospital in the Western region, which is almost always full. These major repairs have taken place in that hospital since it was built 40 years ago at the time. What is different now? Yes, we still have bed shortages. Yes, we appreciate that, and we respect our people and we understand the struggle. But what is different is that for the first time in 40 years, because our economy is doing well, we are able to invest in health in a big way. When you visit Cornwall Regional, when it is almost finished now, it is a total transformation. We have taken a building. We have spent billions of dollars on it to improve it. In addition to that, we are building the Western Child and Adolescent Hospital, which will increase capacity for service in the Western region. We are building and expanding a Type 5 clinic. I toured there a few weeks ago. And then look at Spanish Town Hospital. Complaints about the emergency room situation and the lack of beds and so forth. We are building a brand new wing, massive. Administrations before didn't do that and couldn't do that. They could only talk. So you are now in a totally different era of government. An era created by the Jamaica Labour Party. An era of stability and growth that needs to be continued to ensure that we achieve our mission of prosperity for all Jamaicans. I just use those 2 examples to try and bring the nation back to reasonable on the challenges that exists. Getting closer now to local government, as we approach the people again to ask for their support, what is it that we are saying to them for this election? Again, the overs are still there. But now we say to the people of Jamaica, we are building for you and your community. Very important that you are a part of the equation, you, the people. And that mission is one that involves things like your parks, your community parks and national parks where you can go and recreate with your family. It was my great pleasure to officially launch the start of the Portmore Resilience Park. And when I passed through the Harmony Park, this beautiful parish, and just see how it has transformed the space and how the people are transformed in that space. That's you in the equation. That's the building your community. That's the fire stations that we have built. St. Thomas, Hanover, all over, new fire stations. It's the new police stations that we have built. It's the schools that we are upgrading. And we want to continue to build and your community. But I know that as young people, and some of you travel, many of you watch TV, and you see the in other countries. They look modern. You know, see no zinc. Everything straight and clean. And you say, well, I don't want to stay here because the quality of life here, I want to enjoy a better quality of life somewhere else. Because for many decades now, the towns and buildings that were built, some of them a century ago, we have not had the resources to upgrade and build new things and make our thing look modern too. Everything is congestion. Any little town in Jamaica you go, congestion. You can't walk on the street. Everybody catch up there, so catch up there. You're going, you have to tussle. But that is what local government is about. Transforming the local spaces to make it easy for commerce, easy for business, easy for people to have recreation. And so we, first government, I can't recall when, probably the building of downtown Kingston and New Kingston, and that would have been in the 60s. But we are the first government to now say we are literally going to purpose build towns. And the first one we have started with is the new Morant Bay Urban Center, where we took over a factory that closed 25 years ago, right? That they tried to do all kind of things with, spend all kind of money on it, and it never got back off the ground. And when you drive past here and look over there, you see the buildings going up. That is going to be the first newly built, modern, urban space in Jamaica for a long time. Right across Jamaica with it. What is going to happen here in Montego Bay? Government is not going to physically do it, but in partnership and because of our policies, people are making the investment to put up modern structures right here, so in St. James. To deal with Lucy,
And I say, Babsy out there, say, Spanish Town, Spanish Town, Spanish Town. Spanish Town is a big one. So we have to plan the Spanish Town properly. But we're going to do Oracabessa. And we already now are quite close. Boundbrook in Port Antonio. So I understand the frustration of my fellow Jamaicans because I born and grew in it. I come from it. I see it every day. From 5 to now, from that great rebellion, that struggle against oppression, till now, we are struggling, hoping, fighting for conditions. If you see yourself as a link in that chain, as a continuation of that struggle, you cannot give up hope. Seeing the light, we have now crossed into a new dispensation of Jamaica. Jamaica 2.0 is being built before your very eyes. As I say to you as councillors, it means that local government can't remain the same way it has been. That there has to be radical changes to how local government operates. So I want the public to also know that coming to you to ask for your vote and your support, we are also aware that you have concerns. And like everything else that this government has taken it on, we have done it in a strategic and systematic way to ensure that the results are fair and equitable. So, as I said to you, I was going to be brief in my style, and it is not my show, but I love you all. God bless you.
Jamaican people, JLP say building time. Anything less, we not mind building for you, your community. Along with JLP, call it this one, you and for me. Call it this one, building Jamaica. Call it this one, for the JLP. Call it this one. Call it this one. Call it this one. Call it this one.
Prime Minister, we have listened to your charge. We are committed to the process. Nomination day. It's February the 8th. And the day we continue with the Jamaica Labour Party in control is February the 26th.
Jamaica is on the right way, and the choice is clear, you know. We can't afford that stand still, got to make the economy. Things for the God aren't like everyone needs to pass slow, but prosperity days are in now, and the green we have to go. So give that green and green, and you give that green and green. Oh, give that green and green. Come say give. Jamaican people, JLP say building robots. Anything else, we not building for you and your robots. We will build up Jamaica. On with JLP, yeah. Build a better life for you and for me. We'll keep building Jamaica. So vote for the JLP, yeah.
Lovers, you heard it. Let us acknowledge the mouth of the convention center, the police and all the media workers that gathered here to take the message. Let us acknowledge our social media warriors that has taken the message on the various social media platforms. We salute the members of the Jubilee Force who have been with us on the Jamaica Fire Brigade. We acknowledge the President General of the BITU, the largest and the best union in Jamaica. The 8th of February, you must make sure the Nation Center with your $15,000 on your nominees. And on the 26th of February, you must me and tell me that you turn counselor and the Jamaica Labour Party has won a majority in Parish. St. Thomas, are you ready, St. Thomas? Portland, you ready? St. Mary, are you ready? St. Anne, are you ready? Trelawney, you ready? Hanover, Westmoreland, are you ready? St. Elizabeth, are you ready? Manchester, London, are you ready? St. Catherine and Kingston and St. Andrew, St. James, oh St. James. Let us stand for the party's anthem.
Equal rights and justice is our everlasting song. Unity and progress will make our nation strong. Stand up for your rights when you hear the bell. Stand up with justice, hear the freedom bell. And he served you well. Stand up, Jamaicans, when you hear the bell.
Jamaican people, JLP say building time. We not pay them no mind, building for you and your community. We will build up Jamaica along with JLP. Yeah. Build a better life for you and for me. We'll keep building Jamaica for the JLP. Yeah. And your community, we will build up Jamaica along with JLP. Yeah, build up better life for you and for me. We'll keep building Jamaica. Vote for the JLP. Yeah. And your community, we will build up Jamaica along with JLP. Yeah, build a better life for you and for me. We'll keep building Jamaica and vote for the JLP. Yeah. and your community. We will build up Jamaica along with JLP. Yeah, build up better life for you and for me. We'll keep building, so vote for the JLP. Yeah. Build up Jamaica, build up Jamaica, build up Jamaica. Jamaican people, JLP say building time. Anything less, we're not pay them no mind. Building for you and your community. We will build up Jamaica along with JLP. Yeah, build up better life for you and for me. We'll keep building Jamaica. So vote for the JLP. Yeah.